Hey everybody, it's Paul again, January 6th, and I wanted to tell you something interesting that happened to me this morning. Last night I had a lot of dreams. I don't usually dream a lot. I keep dream journals and I'll go months at a time without dreaming at all, and sometimes the dream is just a couple of minutes of garbled nonsense that I can't even remember when I wake up. But for some reason, this morning I woke up early and then went back to sleep and slept for a couple of hours, which is really a perfect way to get a lot of really clear dreams in. It's called wake back to bed if you're into that kind of thing. But I had like five separate but vaguely interconnected dreams, which is really heavy dreaming for me. That's a lot of dreams for me. But what's interesting is when I woke up and I tried stretching, and I noticed that one of my arms was tremoring pretty heavily as I stretched, which doesn't sound like anything, but here's a cool bit of stuff to know about how your brains and bodies works is among mammals and lots of animals, you use your entire body to think, which means you use your entire body to remember things and means you use your entire body to process trauma. Dreaming is a big part of processing what you've already got in your brain, being able to look into it with a depth and breadth that you just can't do if you're distracted by, what time is it? Have I eaten yet? Am I having a conversation with someone? It's hard to actually reflect on your life experiences when you have all these distractions, which is what dreaming is great for. I just thought it was interesting that after lots of really, really heavy dreaming and lots of really heavy internal emotional processing, I would come away from it with very pronounced physical tremors. That if you've never heard of TRE, trauma release exercises, it's a fascinating thing that some of you might get a lot out of. It's basically a way to induce tremors in your body, which is a very natural and healthy way to process trauma. If you've ever seen a dog or a cat coming away from a high tension or a high stress situation and just shaking itself off to dispel all the tension and all the trauma it's built up. This is a very natural, very primal way for your body to dispel built up trauma. And, I have a history of trauma that, due to my background, I was basically forbidden from ever processing or addressing in any way. So I'm basically hauling around these mountains and mountains of trauma that's left over from childhood that basically I was in my 30s before I even started addressing. But I'm just pleased and surprised to find that there's something that I can do that can help me do some kind of traumatic processing that does more for myself than anything I've had. Geez, I don't think that decades of therapy have done as much good for me as just dreaming hard enough to get some of it out of me. So, I think I'm going to make a point of trying to dream a lot more often. That's going to start to be much more of a priority in my life. Fun stuff, right? Oh, kitty, kitty, spicy. Yeah, he's a good cat. I'll check you later.